Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Tim Eliott up against Muhammad Mokaev. UFC 294 this weekend in the UAE, Abu Dhabi. This one's been brewing for a while, you and Mo. He is an absolute stud of a prospect, but, you've been there, you've done it, you won tough. So how intrigued are you? You knew this was coming, this fight, right?
I mean, not really. I'm the old guy in the division and I'm ranked, so I get called out every weekend. And a lot of times I accept, and then guys end up falling out. I was supposed to fight Nascimento 2 different times. I was supposed to fight Amir Albazi, and then I ended up getting hurt. So hard to say. Mokaev called out 10 different guys. I think, just it was kind of hard to take him serious, but I accept it every time. And pretty much anybody, every time on the internet, I always say yes. I've never agreed to fight somebody online and it actually go through. So it's nice. It's nice that this one goes through. And yeah, man, he's really good, and I'm excited. I think he'll bring the best out of me.
How do you see this going in terms of your styles? You saw actually him go through some real adversity last time out, got injured, but to come out with the win, did that impress you?
Yeah, man, he's impressive. He's young, he's strong, he's a good wrestler, but he's fought a bunch of guys that are really eager to go to their back. Like, they don't stuff any takedowns. They just pull guillotine, or they're quick to play jujitsu. And that just plays right into his game. The only guy that he fought that had any wrestling was, oh God, I can't remember, the American Top Team guy. And he got kneed in the head right away. So you haven't really seen him face any adversity except for the knee bar, really. So he's great at being the hammer, but it's hard to tell, how good he is at being a nail. So I think stylistically, it's a great fight for me. He's not dangerous. He doesn't have crazy knockout power. He doesn't have crazy submission, so like, it's a safe fight for me. There's no like fear factor in it. So it just makes it to where I can just go out there and do my thing and not have to worry too much about what he's doing.
Is this the biggest test he's ever faced? Is he as good as people say he is, do you think?
I don't think he is as good as he say he is. People think he is, but it's hard to say. He hasn't fought anybody really good. Like I said, Cody Durden, couldn't get his name out. I think he was the best guy that he's fought, and Cody didn't get a real shot to go out there and fight him. So again, he hasn't really been tested. He fought a bunch of jiu-jitsu guys or guys that have zero wrestling. So I'm not going to be quick to pull a guillotine and let him take me down. I'm not going to hang out on my back. I'm going to make him work for the takedowns. I'm going to make him scramble with me. And, he's not going to try to strike too much. I think he's going to look to back up and shoot, which is what he always does. It's kind of boring, but again, it's not scary. There's no, like, I'm not worried about getting submitted. I'm not worried about getting knocked out. So it just takes a huge weight off my shoulders to be able to go out there and just, fight like I want to fight.
You fought so many of the OGs and the best people in this division, people like DJ and Davison. So do you feel, having been on Tough with Pantoja, that one's got to happen one day?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, in my eyes anyway, I'm on a 5-fight win streak. There's no way that Nicolau Matthews won that fight. The judges beat me. I should technically be on a 5-fight win streak and ranked a little higher. So, for a long time after The Ultimate Fighter, I was just trying to stay in the UFC and make as much money as I can. There was no like real motivation to make a title run. But now, like, after Brandon won the belt, and then Pantoja switched hands to Pantoja, like, these are guys that I've competed with, and I didn't beat either one of them on the show, but like, I won that show. It was my season, and I feel like now if I can win this fight, maybe get a rematch with Nicolau and get that win back, like, there's no reason why I won't be in title contention. And there's a lot of good fights for me. Amir Albazi is a fight I want. Kai Kara France is a fight that I would really like. So it's exciting to be able to be back in the mix of things.
What did you make of Manel Kape and his back and forth with Kai Kara France and Israel Adesanya?
I thought it was pretty funny. I like things that like hype fights and get people excited. But again, after you win a fight, it's not the smartest thing to say shit to make a bunch of people hate you. Like, enjoy your win. Like, keep your mouth shut. He's a fighter. But again, that's just me. I do all my talking online, but it's not like there's no hate involved, or it's all fun. Like, even they have security detail on me here for Mokaev because they're worried about him. And I've never had security detail follow me around everywhere I went, and they let me know like it's because of him. And then his security guard and my security guard and me and him and all his team ended up in the same elevator, and we're all laughing and hugging. And like, then afterwards, my security guy was like, "Oh, who was that?" And I was like, "That's my opponent." And he was like, "Oh my God, I had no idea." So like, it's all fun and games, man. I enjoy this. This is not just my job. This is something I like to do. So like, the talking and you know, the back and forth is all part of the dance, and I really like that. The only person I've ever had any issue with was Amir Albazi. Like, we talked online, and I thought it was the same way. I didn't know he was serious, but then at the PI, he was all upset, and I was like, "Oh no, we're just doing this to promote the fight." And the PI people were like, "No, he really hates you." And I was like, "Oh." But yeah, I mean, it's all part of it. It's not the fight game all the time. It's the entertainment game, and you gotta bring in the fans somehow. So really, whatever it takes.
Absolutely. Who's the best guy in this division? It's not always the guy holding the belt, but I'm always intrigued to ask who the best guy is right now in this division.
It's hard to say. Honestly, I think Pantoja is the best guy in the division right now. I really do. As far as like for me, there's worse matchups, I think. But Pantoja is one of those guys. He's going to go out and do what he's going to do no matter what. He's got a game plan, and he may be the best in the world at it. So I think right now Pantoja is the guy.
What do you think's happening in the main event? Is Volk, generally people just have good things to say about that guy. Is that inspiring what he's been doing the last few years?
Yeah, man, I love it. He's really active. He takes on all challenges. He takes fights short. Like, he doesn't need to take this fight. He's going to be fine without it. But like, you gotta take risks to get rewarded. And I like a risk taker. It's a risky sport, and that's how you make money, and that's how you create a legacy, and that's how people are talking about you years after you're gone. And that's something I'm interested in. Like, whenever I'm all said and done, nobody's going to remember everything, but certain things people will remember, and people are going to remember him for that.
How does it go? Does he shock the world?
I'm pulling for him. I'm a big fan, so I'm definitely on Team Bolt.
We're going to wrap up with a little quick fire, a little different one this time than we did last time. So, best combat sports movie ever.
Combat sports movie ever? Oh man, maybe Bloodsport. That's definitely in my top.
What's your favorite drink?
Uh Coffee, honey, and Jameson.
Nice. What's the best TV show right now?
Best TV show? Oh man, I don't know. I tend to let TV shows get old and then go back and watch them so I can binge them. And I'm on Breaking Bad right now. But my favorite TV show is probably Letterkenny.
What is the best city to fight in?
For me, it's Las Vegas. That's the fight capital of the world as far as I'm concerned. It's not a far travel. They're so good at putting on shows there. There's nothing that really goes wrong.
Favorite musician or band?
Oh God, that's tough. John Prine, he sings weird folk music, and he died of COVID here in the last couple of years.
Sorry to hear that. I don't know him. Who's the nicest person in MMA?
I think everybody says this, probably Wonder Boy, but God, there's so many. Like, it's just a sport where you get humbled easily, and pretty much the majority of every fighter I've ever met has been pretty kind.
Nice, I agree. Who would you be if any comic book character?
Oh, I don't really read comic books. Man, maybe Wolverine, so I could heal my injuries fast.
Sensible. Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Nice. Probably Gordon Ramsay.
Nice. How do you have Gordon Ramsay's number?
We a long time ago in Vegas, before, like, when I was in my very first few UFC fights, I went to his restaurant and I tweeted him that like, the restaurant was really good, but the tables were high and the chairs sunk in. So I felt like a little kid, like the table was up to my chin. And I tweeted that. And then the next time I went in there, that was different. And I watch him a lot during fight camp. I like his Hotel Hell and all his food shows during fight camp. And I went to follow him on Instagram, and he was already following me. So every single fight, I message him and let him, like, we message back and forth on Instagram, but I let him know, like, every fight I have 2 tickets waiting for him. Even here in the UK, or AUE, I put, hey man, if you can come to Abu Dhabi, I have 2 tickets waiting for you. But the guy's on TV every day in different shows, so he's always, in different countries.
But he shows up sometimes?
No, he never has. But I let him know every fight, 2 tickets for him.
That's so cool of you, man. Well, that's yeah. Well, maybe when you get that title shot, you better show up, Rambo.
Yeah,
Um,
hopefully.
yeah. Cool. And what's the most important item in your fridge and why?
Man, Bubby's pickles. They're fermented pickles. It's like my favorite food. Actually, that's what I drink. I drink the pickle juice and eat pickles after weigh-ins pretty much every time. And I tried to get them to sponsor me a couple times, and they like message me and let me know like, ah, we sell plenty of pickles without you. But I still buy them. They're expensive, but man, they're good.
Nice. And who would make the best wingman in the UFC?
Probably Conor McGregor. He has the most money, so I feel like that goes hand in hand.
This is true. And who would make the best WWE star?
Oh man, in the UFC or in MMA?
Well, in MMA.
Probably like Czech Congo, one of those giant guys that just look super swole.
I like it. And who would be the most fun on a night out?
Oh man, again, I think probably Conor McGregor because he can foot the bill for everything, and he looks like he likes to party.
Absolutely. And finally, what do you want to be remembered for?
Oh man, I would like to be like I said this a million times. I'm a company man when it comes to fighting. Like I want the UFC to be able to call me at any time, short notice. I took my UFC debut on 5 or 6 days notice against John Dodson in 2012 after he knocked out TJ Dillashaw. I've never missed weight. I always show up and fight hard. I've got lots of fight of the night bonuses. So I just want to be the guy that like they can always count on to show up and fight hard, and you know what I mean? Like be respectful and I don't know. I feel like that's almost more important to me than wins and losses is, just being the guy that was always available, always ready to scrap. Like I love to fight, man. It's other than being a dad, fighting is my favorite thing on the planet. So I want to be the guy when the phone rings, like I'll pick up and I'll be there.
I saw you moved into fighter sponsorship. You're sponsoring Kevin Croom's opponent. So what gave you that idea? I feel like the fans have really been behind you on this one.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's not really anything, and it's not something I really think about or worry about. But Tony Soto hit me up and was like, "Hey man, like I'm fighting this guy. He's like, I've been married for 17 years. Like it's important to me that like I'm gonna smash this dude." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And then he put up a thing like looking for sponsorships, and I was like, "Hey, how much does it cost to sponsor you?" And he said some numbers, and I was like, "All right, man, I'll tell you what." I was like, "I'll give you $500 to show up, and then $500 when you knock him out." And then he put my like a stupid logo a guy made from a T-shirt a long time ago. He threw that on his banner, and it just kind of rolled downhill from there.
Man, good luck for the result for that one. Good luck in UFC 294. Absolute top man. Good to see you. Respect.